Dear students, today we will study the frog embryology, that is chapter number 2. So this is the syllabus. You should also have the syllabus always just in front of you when you are studying the zoology paper 4, developmental biology of vertebrates. So I will just revise here. So here the unit first, the first chapter is there, introduction to developmental biology. Second chapter is early embryonic development. Third chapter is types of eggs. So these three chapters we have already completed from the unit number first. And then we have started the unit number 2. In unit number 2, the first chapter was gametes of frog. Yesterday we have completed that. Gametes of frog, that is the male gamete, which is called as the sperm, structure of a sperm, and female gamete, which is called as the ovum, or the ova, structure of ova, and structure of a sperm. Yesterday we have completed. Now, today we will start the next chapter from unit 2, the second chapter, that is the frog embryology or frogs development. Here, dear students, you listen carefully. Frog and embryology, frogs embryology, chick embryology, human embryology. So different embryological studies are in the developmental biology. But we will study as per the syllabus. So in the syllabus there is the frog embryology is given for study. So here we will study the frog embryology. When we are studying the frog embryology, so we should know about the frog. What is the frog? If anybody asks you what is the frog, so what is your answer? Dear students, you listen here. The frog is an amphibian animal. Means it belongs to the class Amphibia. Amphibious or amphibian animal. Now these amphibian animals are having the dual mode or double mode of respiration. They can respire in water as well as they can respire on land also. जमिनीवरती सुद्धा ते रेस्पिरेशन म्हणजे श्वासोच्छवास करू शकतात आणि पाण्यामध्ये सुद्धा ते रेस्पिरेशन करू शकतात. So having the double mode of life. So first they come on land from the water. Now they are the cold-blooded animals. Cold-blooded animals means they are having the ability to change their body temperature as per the environmental change. वातावरणामध्ये जसा बदल होईल टेम्परेचरचा कमी जास्त, तसा हे ॲनिमल त्यांच्या बॉडीचे टेम्परेचर सुद्धा मेंटेन करतात. वी कॅन नॉट मेंटेन, वी आर द वॉर्म ब्लडेड. वातावरणामध्ये जर टेम्परेचर 0 झालं तर आपल्या बॉडीचे टेम्परेचर 0 होत नाही. बिकॉज वी आर नॉट कोल्ड ब्लडेड एनिमल्स. ओनली द कोल्ड ब्लडेड एनिमल्स हॅव्हिंग द कॅपॅसिटी to change their body temperature as per the change of environment. If the environmental temperature is 0, then the temperature of cold-blooded animal's body is also 0. Understanding? Cold-blooded animals. So the lower chordate animals, lower chordate, सर्वच्या सर्व chordate animals जी आहे. So here we can consider the protochordates, Agnatha, Pisces, then Amphibia, then Reptilia, then Eos and mammals. हे सर्व chordate animals चे वेगवेगळे ग्रुप्स आहेत. So we will make the two groups up to the reptiles, that is called as the lower chordates, and birds and mammals, they are called as the higher chordates. So lower chordate animals are the cold-blooded animals. Frog is also lower chordate animal, so it is the cold-blooded animals. Only the aves, means birds and mammals, ourselves also belongs to the mammals. They are the warm-blooded. So here, frog is an amphibian animal, frog is a cold-blooded animal, frog is a vertebrate animal, belongs to the order Anura. A-N-U-R-A, Anura, order. This is the order. After the class is the amphibia. Phylum is the Chordata. So here, Anuran means belongs to the order Anura. So, frog can survive in two environments. Frog can survive in two environments but require water for the reproduction. Frog can live on land and in water also. But for the reproduction, frog always going in the water because the life of frog is dependent on water. For the fertilization, for the development of the young ones, water is essential. Without water, frog cannot reproduce. So here, this is the short introduction about the frog. Now embryology, frog's embryology. So in the embryology, there is the testes, ovaries, spermatogenesis, oogenesis, structure of sperm, structure of ova. That we have already studied. So when the animal is mature, so male and female produces the gametes. Generally, the breeding season of frog is in the monsoon season, in the rainy season, in the beginning of the monsoon. पावसाळ्याच्या सुरुवातीला पाऊस पडला की आपल्याला बेंडकच्या ओरडायचा आवाज ऐकू येतो, बेंडक्यांच्या ओरडायचा आवाज ऐकू येते. दॅट इज कॉल्ड द क्रॉकिंग ऑफ फ्रॉग्स. सो दॅट इज फॉर द अट्रॅक्शन, फॉर द ब्रीडिंग, फॉर द रिप्रोडक्शन. सो हियर now we will study as per the syllabus, that is the fertilization. So fertilization means the sperm and ova fuse together, combine together. Male produces the sperm, female produces the ova, and the fusion or combination of the male and female togetherly is called as the fertilization. In frog, fertilization is external. It is in water. So remember, fertilization is of two types: external fertilization and internal fertilization. When the male animal introduces the copulatory organ in the female animal body and releases the sperm in the female animal body, and in female animal body there is the ova, eggs, and inside the body of female, sperm and ova combine together, fuse together and form the zygote. So that zygote formation inside the maternal body in the female animal body, that is called as the internal fertilization. And if the zygote formation is taking place outside the female animal body, it is always in the water. So that is called as the external fertilization. So in frog, there is external type of the fertilization. How this fertilization happens? You remember, in the monsoon season, in the rainy season, on the female frog's body, on dorsal side, the males sit on female animal body. Male animal monsoon season मध्ये, पावसाळ्याच्या सीजन मध्ये female animalच्या बॉडीवरती बसतो and they goes in the water. Female releases the ova in the water. At the same time, the male also releases the sperms. female animalच्या बॉडी मधून ओव्हा म्हणजे एग्स बाहेर येत असतात ब्रीडिंग सीजन मध्ये, आणि त्याच वेळेस जे पाठीवर बसलेला आहे मेल, that also releases the sperms. And in the water where there is the ova, there is the sperm. Large number of ovas and large number of sperms can release the male and female bodies. So if counting that, so it is about 3,000 to 5,000 sperms and ovas are releasing from the male and female body in the water. So number of that sperm and ova combine together and form the zygote, and some of the going in the wastage. So 3,000 to 5,000 may be fertile. That is called as the zygote. Now how that fertilization takes place? So with the help of this figure, you can understand very well. So this is rounded one is the ova. You see in this figure, this rounded one is the ova. I will show you. This is the ova. Red color is the ova, and this black color is the sperms. So large number of sperms are from all sides. They are trying to puncture the vitelline membrane. All the sperms, they are trying to puncture the membrane and to enter inside the ova. So sperms having the acrosome on their body. स्पर्मच्या हेडवरती एक बाणासारखा असा कोन असतो. Acrosome, that is called as acrosome. So with the help of that acrosome, the sperm which comes in contact of 45 degree 45 अंशाच्या कोनामध्ये जो sperm येईल, that sperm becomes successful to enter inside the ova. So here the entry of sperms are shown. So this is the ova, and inside the ova there is the cytoplasm, there is the nucleus. Now the sperm is entered in the ova. So here entry is shown and tail is outside. So the tail which is outside, that is the cut off, that is cut, and only the head is entered. Now this is the nucleus of ova, and this is the nucleus of the sperm. This is the ova. ओव्हाचा न्यूक्लियस म्हणजे फिमेल सेलचं न्यूक्लियस, and spermचं न्यूक्लियस म्हणजे मेल सेलचं न्यूक्लियस. So now here you will observe that the first polar body is here. Now here second polar body is also developed. Now after that, the entry of the sperm, what happened? This is here the male pronuclei. Now it is called as the male pronuclei, and which is present in the ova, that is called as the female pronuclei. Now they are called as the pronuclei. Nucleus, after the entry of the sperm, both nucleus means the nucleus of the sperm and nucleus of the ova, now they are called as the pronuclei. Now both pronuclei here and here the esters are developed. Esters and estral rays are developed here. Now after that, what happened? The male female pronuclei combined together and a large nucleus is formed. Now we can say that is the nucleus of zygote. So this body, complete body, rounded body is formed. Now this is called as the zygote. Zygote is a fertile cell, and there is the nucleus of paternal and maternal. So 50% of characters from the male and 50% characters from the female, they are enclosed in the nucleus of zygote. Now this process, complete process from the male-female fusion, this process up to the here, it is called as the process of fertilization. It is called as the process of fertilization. So here question arises, what is the fertilization? So you can say the zygote formation is called as the fertilization, or the fusion of or combining of the male and female gametes together and for the zygote, that is called as the fertilization. You can define in different ways fertilization, definition. So dear students, from here up to the here, this figure shows the process of fertilization. So whenever you are drawing the figure, you are sketching the figure, you have to give the name. Here, the process of fertilization. Remember, fertilization, you write in the complete form, not short form. तुम्ही शॉर्ट फॉर्म मध्ये काही लिहायचं नाही. अँड सुद्धा लिहायचं असेल तर ए एंड लिहायचं, असं सिम्बॉल ने लिहायचं, कंप्लीट लिहायचं. So dear students, today we have studied the fertilization and we have also studied process of fertilization, process of zygote formation. So for today it is sufficient. Send your presentee as early as possible. Dear students, only the 24 students are sending their presentee and total students are 40. In your class, 39 students are total. Out of 39, only 20 up to the 24 students are sending the presentee. So, what is about the remaining students? Dear students, you remember and please note, presentee is very important. Number of internal assessment are depend on the presentee. If you are present, then 5 marks for the presentee and 5 marks for the internal regular assessment, that is the test and tutorial. So out of 10, number of students are obtaining the 10 marks in the internal examination, and some students they are obtaining the 6, 5, 4, and they are again asking to us, sir, why I am not getting more marks in the internal? Please you come regular, attend the regular period on online, which we are doing the work from home. घरी बसल्या बसल्या मोबाईल मध्ये बघायचं. काही अडचण असेल अभ्यासामध्ये तर मला फोन करायचा. आधी मला फोन करण्याच्या आधी मित्रामध्ये किंवा तुम्ही 2-3 विद्यार्थ्यांनी एकत्र बसून डिस्कस करायचं, डिस्कस करून अभ्यास करायचं आणि प्रॉब्लेम जर सॉल्व्ह होत असेल तर तुम्ही केव्हाही मला फोन करू शकता तुमचे प्रॉब्लेम विचारण्यासाठी. सो डिअर स्टुडंट्स, फॉर टुडे इट इज सफिशियंट. थँक यू व्हेरी मच.